Fawn Annan, CEO of ITWC and producer of President to President. Welcome to our latest episode, where I recently sat down with Dave McCann, the new president of IBM Canada and managing partner, IBM Consulting Canada. McCann took the reins from Claude Gay on January 17th, and though it's big shoes to fill, he walked into the role unfazed, as many functions of the president's office he'd been doing in parallel with his former roles. Dave is a people-focused leader, which we're about to dive into in this exclusive interview. Well, welcome, Dave. We're very excited to have you on President to President.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited about our discussion today.
Great. Well, you've had quite a career. You've carried on as a leader at IBM in many multiple posts. Why don't you start by telling us your IBM journey before taking on this last role as president?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I've been with the IBM company for 14 years. And what I think is kind of unique and interesting about my experience, but I guess becoming much less unique, is I joined straight out of university. Actually, I was recruited with IBM before I even finished university, and started just shortly after graduation. Over the last 2.5 years or so, I've been our national consulting leader for the country. And since about January of this year, I've also stepped into being the IBM Canada president. So I've had a really cool, diverse set of opportunities around IBM. And I must say, very, very biasly, I guess, that I think it's a huge advantage of the IBM company. There's an amazing amount of different ways that you can take your career and your journey. And I must say, it's like I've started, many new jobs along the way. So it's been a tremendous 14 years, and really excited to be in this current role as the IBM Canadian president, especially in this amazing time.
Well, first of all, congratulations. I read in a recent interview that you said it's all about people. So what is the heart of your strategy as a people-first leader in a post-pandemic environment?
I think it's really true, and many say it, and we try to live it every day, that culture is really at the heart of our strategy, especially as it relates to having our clients and our employees at the center. And one of the sort of key themes that has resonated with me, and I spend a lot of time talking to our team about, is this idea, especially internally, of having a professional family. And it's part of the way that we've really focused on people, but at the same time driven the culture that we're looking for in IBM. And there's some really interesting portions of what I think is important about a professional family. One is this idea of always having each other's back. When you think about the idea of a family, whether it's your brother or your sister or another extended family member, having everyone's back. I think that's really important, especially in the day and age that we're living in, number one. Number two is I actually want to create an environment where we have the opportunity to kind of challenge each other. And I feel like it's really resonated with our team. And I see multiple examples on a daily basis of where this strategy and truly this culture we're creating is really coming to life. And I must say, I'm incredibly proud of that.
Well, congratulations. That's a wonderful accomplishment. Dave, your team includes thousands of IBMers who are leading the charge for harnessing the power of hybrid cloud. Tell us about your stance in better educating the enterprise users, as well as levels of adoption across the country, thanks to your evangelistic efforts.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So we really see the future as an open hybrid cloud future. And, we really see that open hybrid cloud future working with any cloud, but not just clouds. Could also include, whether it be an important element of a client's workload that sits on a mainframe, or, a private cloud or a public cloud, an IBM private cloud or an ecosystem partner's public cloud or an IBM public cloud. The combinations are really endless.
So Dave, what are your priorities as Canada's new president?
Well, we talked a little bit already about people, and, very closely connected with that, I think we also talked a little bit about culture. I'd probably add a third, which is really about having an impact on this country. And truly making sure that everything we do on a day-to-day basis is bettering Canada and impacting Canadians. And I think we're in a unique opportunity to do that. When we talk about people, there's a huge conversation happening around skills, and not just skill shortages, but also labor shortages. Not just with the IBM company. I have, I think as of today, over 700 vacant positions. So if anyone's watching and wants to become an IBMer, come join us. But we're not the only ones that have this, whether it's our clients, whether it's with our business partners, our ecosystem partners, those that we work in the marketplace. We're all looking for more people. And in order to do that, we have to help build new skills. So having an impact every day, whether it's partnerships with post-secondary institutions, whether it's helping individuals in high school choose a career where there's opportunities in technology, et cetera, there's a big opportunity for us to make an impact in Canada around skills.
Can you tell us more about the Skills Build platform?
We're very proud of the Skills Build platform, and we've started to make announcements all across the country of different partnerships that we've got into, but it's relatively simple. It's all about career readiness programs and doing it fast. Okay, so it's how do you take somebody and get them ready for an entry-level IT position in 6 months or less by leveraging technology, by leveraging courses that are available, that we've been able to consolidate thousands of courses online in multiple different languages. But it's not just about having someone self-learn, through technology. It's about providing mentorship programs throughout. It's about providing career-like experiences. So we've brought this whole thing together into what we call our Skills Build partnership and program. And it's all about helping in a very rapid period of time, 6 months or less, thousands and thousands of people become eligible for entry-level IT roles in this country and around the world. And that's, one core element at the heart of our skills strategy that we're actively working on in the Canadian marketplace today.
Sounds fantastic. And what's your current activities around sustainability?
IBM in the last year has taken on over 900 energy initiatives, 900 of them. And that's across 190 locations around the world. Everyone's taking part with multiple initiatives each year to make a difference. This is a big part of IBM's ESG report that we're committing to in the marketplace. It's a big part of where we're going. The other thing is small things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. If you think about today's definition of hybrid working, as we're all sort of, I'm in the office today and it looks like you're at home today. So we're having a hybrid meeting, if you will, which is this world we're living in. How do you start thinking about those hybrid work decisions with having an important prioritized lens on the environmental impact? So with having over 10,000 employees in the IBM company that before the pandemic traveled quite regularly, there's an amazing opportunity to reduce that carbon footprint we have by working differently in the future. We all know it'll be different, but how do we make environment conscious travel decisions? As part of the future of hybrid working, right? So it really starts there and builds its whole way up.
That's great. Absolutely great. So we're going to come to the end of the interview now, but I'd like you to leave us with your most important lessons that you bring to this new post as president.
I think the first is, and I've said it 3 or 4 times, I'll say it again, this kind of heart of culture. And something that we've been saying as a team, and I think it really resonates, is leaders drive culture. Culture drives behavior, and behavior drives outcome. And it goes in that order. Number 2 is I've learned through the various roles I've had, and I've had a kind of a unique variety of them, if you will, over the 14 years I've been with IBM, that there's this really interesting balance between being a player and a coach. And one of the things I've learned, I think, in this role more than any of the other ones is there's an opportunity to always be one or the other. If you're too much of a coach and never a player, or too much of a player and never a coach, in a leadership role, I think you miss the ability to have the impact you could. Takeaway number 3 is kind of at the heart of our people strategy, and we all have to take more time to get to know the people we work with on a daily basis. And I truly mean get to know them. Understand what's important to them, understand what's their priorities, their family. If you think of the future of how we're going to work, and I mean this not only for employees, but also for clients, having that true appreciation of them, their life, how we can create the best opportunity for them, one that's flexible, one that's hybrid, one that's more fun than they've ever had before, one that's engaging, one that's challenging, but one that takes into consideration what's important to them as a person in their family and their life. That's kind of at the heart of what I think drives a lot of this success that we've been having and we look forward to continuing. But I don't think being an executive and a president in this day and age without that at the middle of our strategy or at the heart of our strategy, you can be successful.
Well, I believe you're going to have a very successful tenure in this new position. Thank you so much. It was very insightful, and we really appreciate it from all of us at IT World Canada.
I look forward to lots more dialogues. Thanks so much for spending the time with me today. And you guys have always been an amazing partner, and look forward to seeing you again shortly.
Thank you, Dave.